Life Fade Awaays.
And you're tuned in to Ones to Watch,
Northside Sessions.
Well, I guess that you didn't have to stay in all the places that I'd run away from. Far behind is where I seem to be until you find what you need. She said they don't wanna know what's in your head. I don't wanna put us through all that shit. I didn't want to lose all of the time. If I don't have to lie, I won't There are times when I don't know how to try, for you want someone to be why. The beaters have gone, and when they came, our time could never be the same. But I didn't want to waste all of the time. If I don't have to lie, I won't
Thank you, everybody. Sean and I met in high school and we started playing music together. And then these three guys all went to high school together and played in the band program, so they all knew each other as musicians. And just kind of throughout grade 10, 11, 12, we got to know each other, started jamming more and playing gigs. And then from out of there, we started playing at more club shows, doing shows at the Horseshoe and Indie 88 music nights, things like that.
We all write songs. We individually record a demo, and then we have a huge demo folder that we just kind of work out of. We also collaborate, bring songs to each other, and work together.
Yeah, somebody usually ignites the song or comes in with a general idea, and then we'll all build on it together and kind of throw our own personal spices in as it goes along, and
And it's always been like that too. We've all played music before being in the band, but speaking for myself too, I was never interested in writing songs before joining the band. So all the songs that I've ever written, and I'm sure all of us have ever written, has been together. So yeah, it's definitely very comfortable now.
Yeah, somebody's usually at the helm, but we're always in it all together.
I think one of our biggest musical influences is the Beatles, for sure. You see it for singers, for songwriters, and then kind of look at our process, and it's very similar.
Yeah, Beatles are a big one. Classic rock just kind of in general has always been a huge one for us. We really definitely just identify with that very, standard idea of 2 guitars, bass, drums cranked up as loud as possible, and we're just trying to create as much hype energy as possible. So all that classic rock stuff is really good.
When we released Taste of Life, it actually felt like a big deal to us too, and I'm sure we had a lot of friends that were also excited for it for the first time. So it definitely at the release show, which was the day of the release, it just felt like a celebration, I guess, in a way.
And I think we kind of just wanted to come out swinging with our first big release, and so to have all of these songs that we've all we've known for a long time and we've been playing forever, but to put a fresh spin on them in the studio and to have new ones to pepper on top of that too, to make it a mix of new and old. We were really confident in releasing it.
For sure.
Yeah, we also had a pretty wicked EP release party at the Horseshoe Tavern, so that was all very satisfying, I think, everyone was like, it was just a crazy party.
As soon as we pretty much released the last EP, actually, we went straight back into the studio to start working on our next single, and that was going to be As They Do. We had known that for a little bit. And the recording process was a little bit different because we spent a bit more time on it as opposed to like recording a big collection of songs and kind of like focusing on them all at once. We had a lot more time to, work out individual parts and get a bit more specific with the actual tunes. So that was great, and that was definitely a change.
So the song we actually wrote when we were touring last year. We did a tour of the East Coast, and it's kind of a combination of two riffs that we had been working on for a while. We had this one really Stooges riff that was just like straight power chords doing this descending progression. And then I also had this sort of psyche guitar riff that I just had like all year. I was working on it for a while. And finally one day I realized the power of capos and just put the capo on the guitar. I was like, holy shit, this works like literally 100% together. Like this just made the song. So from that, we just sort of built the song from there. I also had this idea. It was just like, I don't know why, but I had this idea that I wanted to call a song As They Do, and recommended that to Reid, and he just went ahead and wrote some lyrics, and it turned out pretty good, I think.
Yeah, it kind of took on a life of its own after that. And the song's kind of about like being out with a lot of people and like being in like a big, we like to say like a big social situation, like a show is the perfect example. It's like the song is kind of about, it's for the fans really.
It's for the people.
It's for the people.
I mean, I feel like if we could tour with the Rolling Stones, that would just be satisfying to us. Cause
I was gonna say Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan would be wild.
Just like go on the Rolling Thunder review.
Yeah.
Across the
I feel
country.
like just something like super,
old style, you know?
Super random would also be like, if we had the option to just pick anyone, like something like.
It's got to be like for me, it's got to be like a
random.
meditative experience, you know? Like I want it to be the person that I'm like sitting on top of like a mountaintop with.
Yeah,
I don't
Bob
know.
Dylan's your guy, bro.
Bob Dylan is my guy, totally, 100%. But it's got to be like sanctuary. I got to come out of it having learned.
Tour with Buddha.
With Buddha.
Straight up Buddha.
Yeah.
I think I'd tour with Oasis, man. Like big venues
yeah,
every
I
night,
guess.
like play stadiums. That's what I'm thinking. Man. Yeah, no, lots of gigs. That's gonna be the next thing. So just getting this next single out and hopefully, trying to gain some new fans and get our name out there. Do the same kind of thing we've been doing for the past little bit.
Yeah.